is one of the world's fastest growing markets for stainless steel. It is also one of the world's leading producers of stainless steel. Both reflect a growing recognition of stainless steel as a metal of choice, with a growing demand across various sectors, ranging from transport, architecture, and aerospace to processing industries like pharma, food processing, and energy. This demand is driven by the sustainability, longevity, and affordability of stainless steel. There is a need for India to capitalize on this growth and for the stainless steel industry to strategize for increased production, technological innovations, the need for new markets, and constant improvements in quality and sustainability. Against this backdrop, the International Stainless Steel Expo ISSE 2024 provided the much-needed platform for various industry stakeholders to come together to share knowledge, identify needs for R&D and new production technologies, engage with new customers, strengthen supply chains, discuss export opportunities, and adopt technologies that enhance efficiency and profitability. From October 3rd to 5th, the Yashobhoomi India International Convention Centre in New Delhi saw the coming together of industry leaders, sectoral CEOs, government representatives, PSUs, institutions, engineers, buyers, and other stakeholders from across the globe.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Subjinder Singh, and on behalf of the ISSE 2024, welcome to all of you. So the second edition of ISSE will try and build on what we started last year. What I see this sector at the tipping point of explosive growth, and suddenly it's finding a high adoption in railways, infrastructure, bridges, tunneling, and you name it, and stainless steel is there. I'll request K. Rajamani to do a welcome remarks.
It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate the dynamic and ever-evolving world of stainless steel. Our theme, Emerging Opportunities for India, resonates deeply as we navigate a global marketplace that is increasingly influenced by innovation, sustainability, circular economy, and collaboration. As we embark on this journey together, let's keep in mind that collaboration and innovation will be key to unlocking the full potential of our industry. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me this valuable event today.
So here I just want to give some key takeaways and opportunities for Indian stainless steel producers. We recommend that develop your home market and for the sophisticated volume applications like railway and ABC, as you are doing right now in India. And second, develop the distribution. And we also recommend product portfolio optimization. And the fourth one is diversification. That means from stainless steel to nickel alloys. Fifth one is the cooperation. Cooperation with the European or Asian competitors for new investment is important, I think. And new investments only in optimal locations. We also recommend to overseas investments. For example, Venus Wire did with Trafitech. Please follow the trends in the other regions to remain competitive in the foreign markets, and find, if it is possible, international board members and advisor in order to catch up the global news. Do market research before you order any equipment and visit our conferences. Thanks for your time, and thanks having me here.
Thank you, Ahmed. I think we'll move on to Jörg for your talk.
Okay, good morning, everybody. The Nickel Institute started very early in developing stainless steel development associations. So the latest kit around the block is Inesta, was founded 2.5 years or 3 years ago in Indonesia, the Indonesian Stainless Steel Development Association. Then we have the Australian one, Centro Inox is the Italian one, the South African SSD, British Steel, Thai, the Korean Stainless Steel Club. And what I did not mention is the biggest one, the Indian Stainless Steel Development Association. Was initiated by NIDI at that time, the previous Nickel Institute. This is now really one of the biggest Stainless Steel Development Association in the organization with success is beyond imagination. That's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jörg. Over to you, Rajiv, now.
Good morning, everyone. What are the top 5 shifts that are going to shape the steel industry? Shift 1, which is the focus is on carbon for now. Shift 2 is that currently we are seeing there is lot of geopolitical issues going on and things are quite hot. And under this scenario, what needs to be done? Shift 3 is now we are talking about circularity. How do we manufacture the demand? And shift 5 is aesthetics of the future. So with this, I finish my presentation.
Thank you, Rajiv. And we'll quickly move on to Amit.
Good morning, everyone. From our perspective, there is clearly urbanization happening. Second is India becoming an auto hub, both IC and EV. And third is this Make in India initiatives being undertaken. It has its own manifestations on the ground. And yes, we do have now semiconductor approvals in place for the fab and OSAT as well. Thank you.
Apart from a vast array of exhibitors and product launches, the International Stainless Steel Expo also provided valuable insight into industry insights and trends through a series of seminars, workshops, presentations, and discussions, starting with this one on emerging opportunities for stainless steel in railways.
A very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to start the session by throwing a question to Mr. Mani. Mr. Mani, you have been the innovator for Train 18, which is popularly known as Vande Bharat, and today we have so many trains getting launched. So we would like to know your experience. How was your experience in the launching phase?
Thank you. So in railways today, we used ferritic steel in Vande Bharat. Now, even today, I believe whatever is manufactured by railways is with ferritic, but what has been tendered out, including the BML sleeper coaches and 200 Vande Bharats ordered on 2 companies, is going to be built with austenitic steel. Wagons, except some hopper wagons and perhaps the tank wagons. Practically whatever is built is all with ferritic stainless steel. One last thing, it's not so much a question of expanding stainless steel, it's a question of retaining it. Thank you.
So my next question is for Mr. Rajesh Prasad. So what do you think about the opportunities for stainless steel makers for manufacturing the Vande Bharat trains?
First of all, thank you, the organizers of the Stainless Steel Expo. The Indian Railway is operating 100 sets of Vande Bharat. You will be surprised to know that by 2030, the target is 800. And by 2047, it is of the order of 4,500. So you can imagine the quantum of work which stainless steel is going to play in time to come, whether it is for the purpose of Vande Bharat or the high-speed rail network. By 2047, the government is having an ambitious target of 10,000 kilometers of high-speed network. We have got the National Rail Plan. As per the National Rail Plan, we are supposed to create the infrastructures required for the year 2047. So the stainless steel is going to play a very big role in time to come.
Now I would invite Mr. Shobit Bhatnagar for a brief presentation.
Good afternoon to you all. DFCCL was set up in 2006 for constructing and maintaining and operationalizing the 2 dedicated freight corridors, that is the eastern and the western one. The eastern one extends from Ludhiana to Sonnagar, although initially it was planned to go up to Dankuni near Kolkata. Then the western DFC connecting from Dadri to JNPT So that's how this was decided. I mean, that the two legs of the golden quadrilateral, Delhi-Mumbai, Delhi-Kolkata, these are being constructed now, and the further projects are planned for the other segments. Thank you.
Now I would move to Mr. Surinder Suri, who would like to give a brief presentation first.
All the esteemed panelists, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Indian Railways is currently using stainless steel in manufacture of coaches, wagons, bridges, and in redevelopment of stations. What are the prospects for the future? Well, for the stainless steel industry, the future is really bright. Why do I say so? One of the reasons is the dedicated freight corridors. Indian Railways is expecting a lot of traffic to shift from road to rail, leading to a huge increase in the requirement of wagons. Secondly, Delhi-Mumbai and Delhi-Calcutta, which are the two most congested routes, are getting decongested. And that would generate a lot of additional capacity. There is also going to be a big increase in production of coaches. We have recently started going in for stainless steel for bridges. The foot-over bridges in the coastal areas are now being built in stainless steel. Even for the concrete bridges, the railways have decided to use stainless steel reinforcements. In the area of station redevelopment, you may be aware that we are in the process of redeveloping 1,300 stations. We will be providing stainless steel benches, which is the basic passenger amenity. So on the whole, the prospects for consumption and use of stainless steel in the Indian Railways are very bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suri. Now I would move to Mr. Anirudh Kumar, who would like to give a brief presentation.
So good afternoon, everyone. So if we talk about the requirement of the steel in next 25 years, the requirement will increase by 4 to 5 times. And the current production capacity in India for the stainless steel is around 6.6 to 6.8 million metric ton per annum, which is the second largest in the world after China. So, but if we see that by 2047, this capacity enhancement has to be around 32 million metric ton per annum. So in metro coaches, so currently around 900 kilometers of metro are under operation in 17 cities. And in next 4 to 5 years, there's a plan of around 2,900 kilometers of the metro in around 44 cities. So there will be huge requirement for the stainless steel. So we have to do a lot for the application of the stainless steels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So my next question is that how can we make stainless steel adoption very easy in railways? And how do we create a pool of these talented welders?
How do we make the adoption of the same? Because ultimately the stainless steel has to be welded. The stainless steel has to be accepted at 2 points if we see. One, at the top with the decision makers, with the policy makers, which is already happening. And parallelly at the bottom with the one who is actually doing the job of welding the stainless steel and making it usable finally in the form of components. Stainless steel is here to stay. Stainless steel is definitely going to grow. I know there are tenders which is going to consume around 880 metric tons of a particular grade of stainless steel. That is only for one particular grade. So the market is huge, but the makers should look at these aspects and then, look at the adoption in a holistic way. Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now I would like to thank each and every one of you for your valuable time today.
As India's domestic stainless steel demand is on its way to reaching 20 million tons by 2047, what are the pressing demands and challenges faced by the stainless steel sector in India? Watch as industry leaders, PSUs, and exhibitors come together to discuss the roadmap for the future on International Stainless Steel Expo in association with NDTV Profit.
In a world of shifting power dynamics, India stands tall as a global force. Join us at the NDTV World Summit 2024, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will unveil his transformative vision for the India century. Be a part of a summit of thought leaders and visionaries, shaping the world's future. NDTV World Summit, October 21st and 22nd on the NDTV network.
Presented by Adani. Powered by Pernod Ricard. Co-powered by GE Aerospace. Supercharged by Charge Zone. Community Empowerment Partner Kamla Ankibai Thamandi Ram Govani Trust. Beverage Partner La Cafe. Associate Partner M3M Foundation. State Partner Government of Uttar Pradesh.
Is Kamala Harris ahead of Donald Trump?
Politics in America, of course, has become a blood sport.
Can the Republicans pull off a coup in the next 3 weeks?
Are we flipping the coin? Is now Trump too old to be president? Is that the fear?
Will Netanyahu play a role in swinging the US elections?
Prime Minister Netanyahu very clearly and openly wants Donald Trump to win.
Ramesh Damani decodes the nail-biting action in the US elections exclusively on NDTV Profit. She has spoken out for the first time in over a decade.
How come you've agreed to speak after so long?
I think he'd be happy that I took that decision to actually speak, and I think it's more of a homage.
As an ode to a man who changed the landscape of corporate India.
When this first thing was mentioned, that I want to make a 1 lakh car, and we all looked at him in amazing, shock.
Hear from Neera Radia as she breaks her silence on an icon who touched millions of lives. Remembering Ratan Tata. Exclusive conversation with Neera Radia.
Hi, this is Sonam Kapoor. Nothing should stand out except for the woman. Jewelry is always something that is, that doesn't lose value, it always gains value.
With the government's strong push to create an aerospace and defense ecosystem in India, the market is expected to reach around $70 billion by 2030. With the demand for new materials expected to rise exponentially, there is an opportunity for the stainless steel sector to make its presence felt. And that was one of the pivotal conversations at the Expo.
Thank you so very much for joining us today. I'd like to request Kaltapash to run through a couple of slides.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. So, last about a decade has been a pretty exciting exciting era for the Indian aerospace and defense. We have seen a lot of government initiatives for privatization and opening up the sector. The UP Defense Industrial Corridor, the Tamil Nadu Defense Industrial Corridor, has been those key initiatives which the government has taken to open up the defense sector to private players. The global requirement of stainless steel in the aerospace and defense is close to about 16,000 crores. And 95% of the special steels used in the A&D sector is stainless steel. A&D sector is the second largest global market with a share of close to about 32% of the volume. and we expect it to grow at about 5.6% every year. Right. If we look at the growth drivers for the Indian A&D sector, there have been some key initiatives which have been taken by the government to come up with this sector. The first one was the defense acquisition procedure, which came up in 2020. Then we had the policy which came up in 2017. A few years after that, the government started to introduce something called import ban lists, or now popularly called in the aerospace and defense sector as a positive indigenization lists. There have been various other instances also where the state governments have taken a lot of initiative to support the defense industry across their states. Agri-based states like Punjab and Haryana, who are now looking at the defense industry to come up in India. So these are the growth drivers which we see in the aerospace and defense sector when we talk of it. So from typically an import-oriented nation, we are looking at to be an export-oriented nation in a way that the aerospace and defense industry in India is supported. That's it from my side. Thank you very much.
My first question is to Dr. Bala. Dr. Bala, what are you seeing being at DMRL, the hub of innovation in material research for defense applications? What are the trends that you are seeing emerging in the last couple of years, and what is the forecast that you're seeing for the coming few years in terms of stainless steel absorption?
I think the R&D situation is pretty good. The stainless steel industry is definitely looking good, and right from the very inaugural session onwards in terms of the overall growth rates that's being projected. I think the core R&D segment probably, as far as stainless steel is concerned, is fairly mature. Within the country, we are able to do and also manufacture, I think, most of the grades. I don't see that as a problem. And therefore, if the industry and the R&D learn to piggyback on relatively larger segments like railways, I think we can take the industry forward.
Thank you, Dr. Bala. I'll come to you, Anil. What is HAL doing with stainless? What are the current applications? Where is the future heading?
We talk about stainless steel. Basically, we are all talking about the ferritic steels and ferritic stainless steels and other things. But in aerospace, typically we use PH steels and martensitic stainless steels. And at the same time, we want most of them with VAR or ESR process. That is actually which is normally not done in any regular factories. Whereas Indian industry is concerned, here we have facilities available at a few companies, but however, the quality systems and certifications are not existing. We are looking forward for our industry to gear up and come online on par with the world standards in terms of certification as well as quality controls systems and documentation, reliability. These are all the challenges what Indian industry who wanted to supply to the aerospace programs. These are the major challenges.
So, Balpreet, I think you're the closest one distance-wise. Where are you with this? How have you been seeing? If I was to say, where do you see the consumption of stainless steel coming up from your observation?
Thank you for the question. I would just like to say and add to the panelists whatever they've said. Stainless steel has a very huge requirement in the sector, both across the platforms, that is marine, land, and air systems. And there are different components and systems that can be developed through stainless steel. Specifically, there are a lot of opportunities in additive manufacturing as well when it comes to stainless steel. And additive manufacturing is a huge win-win for the industry, for the user as well, in terms of armed forces having spares requirements. So that can be actually done on the ground at the forward areas rather than waiting for spares to be coming in from the depots and other places. So these are just thoughts, but obviously if the industry also thinks of it in this direction, then the nation can move forward in the right path, whatever we are looking at. That's what I feel.
Thank you. So I think that brings us to the end of a very, very interesting session. Thank you, all of you, for your valuable time and this very deep insights.
India has a green hydrogen production target of 5 million metric tons per annum by 2030. One of the most critical conversations at the Expo dealt with the logistical challenges around its storage and transportation. with research showing that stainless steel is one of the only materials capable of providing solutions.
I'd like to call upon stage now Saurabh and Dr. Gupta.
Good evening. To keep aligned with the theme of this conference, this one is use of stainless steel in green hydrogen environment, production especially. Now, if you come to the green hydrogen thing, then you see, total 2030 our target is 5, 2040 15, and 2050 30 million ton per year. Now, this is the demand of SS stainless steel, 400,000, 1,200,000, and 240,000, 2,400,000. So this is the kind of demand which is primarily in electrolyzers and in the BOP, means associated plants and auxiliaries. Mainly this grade is getting attention now. SS316L, those who are not familiar with metallurgy, this is the kind of stainless steel which they call austenitic stainless steel. It is a typical metallurgical structure, FCC. Hydrogen absorption, in the layman's term, if I say, is 1,000 times less than carbon steel or say even ferritic steel. So this material is very popular for hydrogen use. And most of the application of SS is in electrolyzers, like PEM electrolyzer and alkaline electrolyzers. The grade 316L in PEM is 70 to 80% of SS components. It's a very high percentage. And in alkaline electrolyzers, even 60 to 70% of SS components. So SS has got a great role to play as far as green hydrogen is concerned, because 15 gigawatt is the target for green hydrogen production by 2030.
The 3-day-long Stainless Steel Expo 2024 witnessed the upcoming trends in the stainless steel industry. From cutting-edge innovations to sustainable practices, the Expo also showcased the future of stainless steel, strong, resilient, and essential. With each conversation and demonstration, attendees saw the passion and dedication that is driving the industry forward as it embraces the transformative power of stainless steel, shaping industries and enhancing our daily lives.
In a world of shifting power dynamics, India stands tall as a global force. Join us at the NDTV World Summit 2024, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will unveil